Hi, Philip Sparks from The Easiest Swing. Today I want to talk to you about one of the most common mistakes that golfers make, which is about not getting sufficient turn in their swing. So I'm just going to show you very simply how to correct that. So what's the common problem that I see then with a lot of club golfers is not getting sufficient turn. Let me just show you a shot that it typifies what I see the club golfers doing. Okay, and what's wrong with that? Well, fundamentally the movement is very restricted. And what we want to look at is, why is that movement restricted? And I'm just going to show you a very simple exercise here. I'm going to put my hands out like this, and I'm going to consider two things that I'm going to try and do, which I know most of the golfers are trying to do. I'm going to try and keep my head still. I'm going to try and keep my heel on the ground. And as I do that and try and rotate, that's as far as I can get. I really am struggling to move any further than that. And that's because of this, and you can probably even hear the tightness in my voice. That's creating a lot of tension. It's restricting my movement. So what can we do differently to that? Well, we could actually just start to release a little bit more rotation in the shoulders, which will allow me to rotate that round a bit further. And if I let my left heel come off the ground a little bit, that will actually also increase my movement. Now you may notice something very controversial then. My head's moving a little bit. My head's not staying absolutely in the same place as it was originally. And that's something that is very controversial, because we get told all the time, yeah, but that's swaying. Now I want to show you the difference between swaying and turning. It's very, very important that you understand this. So swaying is a movement that happens without turn. And what it is, it's a lateral movement to the side. It could be swaying in the hips. It could be swaying in my head, but I'm resisting that because I'm trying to keep my head still. But watch what happens to my shoulders if I do that. That is swaying. And I'm in a real difficult position now. It's going to be difficult to get to the ball properly from here. Rotating, turning your shoulders and allowing a little bit of head movement is not swaying. That's a very different movement altogether. Again, just watch that movement with my arms are here like this aside. Head just moves naturally with my shoulders as I turn around there. There's a little bit of movement in my head. I really can't make that rotational movement of my shoulders unless my head moves a little bit with it. Okay, so I'm going to make sure I get a full rotation of my shoulders. My left heel is going to come off the ground a little bit, and my head is just going to move a little to the side. Just watch. And there we have a lot more power available to me, really easy. Now going back in time, Bobby Jones, one of the greatest golfers of all times, who was an amateur, won the Grand Slam, US Open, US Amateur, British Open, British Amateur in the same year, one of the greatest swingers of the golf club of all times. He said that 99% of golfers don't get enough turn. Now, if that was the case then, I can promise you it's worse today, because so many people are trying to keep their head very still. They're trying to keep their left heel stuck to the ground, which is something he didn't do. He let his left heel come off the ground to this degree here, all those years ago. And so if you're trying to do that, you're trying to keep yourself very, very still, and you're restricting yourself, you won't get that turn. And if you don't get that turn, you're losing loads of power. So if you want to gain some more power in your drives, make sure you get that turn. So once again, I'm just going to show you that difference between the very tight golf swing, very stiff, very still, lots of effort to hit the golf ball if I'm going to do that, and watch this, just much easier, much more relaxed, much more effortless by letting myself turn. So by creating that full rotation of the shoulders, that full turn, you're going to create effortless power. And that's the really key part that you want to this. Rather than powerless effort, where you're putting lots of force and effort into it, this becomes easy, relaxed, and you get loads of power. Easiest Swing is built on 6 basics. And here we're just showing you the briefest part of the first of those basics, turn. But if you want to know more about it, go to our website, have a look at easierswing.com, and there's a free ebook that you can download there that will tell you a whole lot more about all of this. So I hope you've enjoyed that video. If you have, please like and subscribe below. Remember, it's free to subscribe. There's no cost in doing that. And please share it with your friends as well, because if they get better, you'll get better too.